Everyone's definition of your life is not the reason you get up in the morning. You have your own path. You have your own agenda. You know that it takes nothing to walk the path of the crowd, but it takes everything to forge your own. You don't accept anyone else's definition of your life, because you define yourself by your actions. You define yourself by the call of your heart. And this is what your heart sounds like. Break silence. REMUS.
Hello and a warm welcome to our big show tonight. This is, the first event of the REMUS GT3 Championship 2021. And we have a great show tonight, well prepared for you. We have a race between influencers, sim racers, real racing drivers, and this is only a glimpse of what's going to happen this season, because it's the fight between two guys who share one passion. It's the passion for motorsport, it's the passion for quick cars, and I'm very happy that we have one of these guys here with us tonight. Here's Shmee150. Hello, how's it going?
It's good, it's great to be here. This is the start of it all. The
Yes,
GT3
it is.
Championship with REMUS. We've got the races ahead of us.
And you have a great fight this season with Team Malmedy. You know, he's from Germany, he's a cool guy, and he also loves car as well as you do, I guess.
We do indeed. I think this is going to be quite the battle. The Team
Yep.
Shmee150 versus Team Malmedy over the series of the races in the championship. But I think my team will get it.
Oh, we will see. We will have first glimpse of what's going to happen this season right now. And I'm very happy that we have Thomas Binet with us. He's our esports caster. Hi, Thomas. How's it going?
Hi, Toby. Funny thing, we commentate on English today. We
Yeah.
never did together, right?
No, that's the first time ever. So, yeah, we do it because Shmee is here with us, and we're really happy to share all the passion tonight with him. So, yeah, I guess your team is well prepared.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you very much. I mean, we've got obviously some very exciting races ahead of us, kicking off tonight with the pre-race show. But let's talk a little bit more about what it's all about, how this has come together.
We are going to race today two races of 20 minutes, and one with a full reverse grid with a lot of invitational drivers. So I think we will have a lot of fun today.
I think that's going to be a given. But the championship itself, we've got these 6 races. There's a big
Yes.
prize at stake as well.
Yeah, $25,000.
Wow.
The best 3 of the drivers will get a lot of prize money, €5,000 for the winner. But we will share the rest of the prize money to the teams. So the best team will get the rest of the prize money.
This just increases the stakes. It's going to be in a...
Yeah, and it's Team Shmee150 versus Team Malmedy, and we have a great calendar with us, because I don't know who's chosen this great racetracks. Is it your decision, or was it like a, I don't know, did you just talk about with Matthias and choosing this beautiful racetracks?
I'm certainly in favour of them. I've been lucky to drive the first 3 racetracks myself.
Yep,
And
Spa, Nürburgring and Red Bull Ring.
certainly giving them all a go on the sim as well.
Cool.
And I think it's going to make for some great races.
And we have Road America, Bathurst, and the Great Macau race, where we have the final every year with GT3 and also Formula cars. Yeah, this is the crazy last race, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a very exciting championship. Today is going to be a great example of what's to come.
Yep.
I think there's going to be perhaps some nerves, perhaps some challenges out there, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to go.
And you already had to go on the simulator.
Yes.
That was cool, because you have one of these at home. And I think we should have a look at the track tonight, because we're gonna race Red Bull Ring, and you make the track presentation for us. So yeah, here it is.
Here we are, the third race of the REMUS GT3 Championship 2021 at the Red Bull Ring in Austria, the home race of REMUS, located only a few kilometers away from this very circuit. Now, I've only driven it once before, but today we are on board the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup. Let's go for a sighting lap with a little bit of a feel for what this circuit is like and what the racers are going to be contending with as we go down the start straight here, heading uphill in the mountainous Styrian region in Austria. Some beautiful scenery and views, in fact, as we make our way around the tight first corner that we had there before it opens up and meanders uphill here towards the highest point of the circuit. We've got a relatively short circuit, but a mixture of corners, some faster flowing sections, some tighter, twistier ones as well, as we come in right down towards the almost hairpin here at the top before it opens up, giving us this view all around. We can get back foot flat on the throttle in this GT3 Cup to get a sense of what it's all about. And as I said, this is one of my first times experiencing this location, so I've got a lot to learn. Let's hope I can bring it all the way around and back safely towards the end of the lap. As we go here again, flat out, getting a sense of what the racers are going to be enjoying and experiencing in a competitive manner around this fantastic location. Oh, a little bit bumpy there, riding wide on the curbs. Don't want to be doing too much of that. Holding it a little bit wide. I've slightly drifted off the edge of the circuit. But here we go, coming back now towards the final stretches. Try and get this brake point right. Firm on the anchors. And we run it down now towards the final corner. A very tricky, challenging one in fact. Take second gear there. Open it up, unwind, along the start-finish straight, towards the finishing line, successfully completing a lap here at the Red Bull Ring.
So this was the track guide. Thank you very much, Shmee. It was a lot of fun, but now I have to go into the simulator because I'm really sorry for you. I'm in your team tonight.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
I hope I don't disappoint you, to be honest. I guess you have some great team members beside me tonight and even all around the season. So yeah, I want to give it a try also. And yeah, the stage is yours, guys.
Well, I'm pretty sure you've got it.
Oh, way.
Watching the practice ahead of time, it's going to be a great race, of course.
Yeah, sure. I think with the great track guide from you, he cannot do anything wrong anymore.
Nothing. Impossible.
I think this is where I have to defend myself with it. It was a quick first lap out, and
it was, but it was great. It worked. That's the thing that is the most important about it.
Definitely, of course, it's an incredible circuit, the Red Bull Ring. It's a very special place for.
It's so much fun. It's so much. You drove in reality on it?
Yes, I've been lucky to drive around in a McLaren 620R and a Lamborghini Huracan Performante road cars, of course.
Wow.
Some great laps. It's a 4.3 kilometer, 10 corner circuit. Obviously host to Formula One races and also to the MotoGP amongst others, and obviously cemented itself across the calendar in many different series. So it's a great place to be heading, and obviously just around the corner from REMUS.
Oh, nice. We will watch what Toby does in the next few minutes. I'm looking behind the scenes, and it seems like we have an interview prepared.
Definitely. So we're going to be interviewing Michael Rachel.
Yes.
Who's going to be taking part with Team Shmee150.
Yeah.
So we're heading into the stream. Michael, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm looking forward to racing.
Definitely. So it's very exciting to have you with Team Shmee150. Thank you very much in advance, and obviously all of the best of luck. You're looking forward to racing the Red Bull Ring?
Yeah, thanks a lot first. Yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks. However, I think it's going to be quite hard because the Audi lacks some top speed, but I think we will see some great racing, and I'm really looking forward to it.
So what do you do to prepare for this evening's race, for example?
Well, usually we, within the team, we meet every day, every evening, and then we just join the server, do a lot of laps, and then talk about it to optimize our lap time.
I think that's what's so great. There's so much more going on perhaps behind than maybe meets the eye. What do you think of the liveries that we have for the team?
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I'm really in love with it. I think it will look great on the stream. I will have a look later at it. But yeah, really cool.
So do you think we've got this? Can we beat Team Malmedy?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to do this.
Some fighting talk, definitely. Well, best of luck for the race. I'm very much looking forward to it, and I
Thanks a lot.
think we can do this.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So,
Yeah, and he's always a little bit nervous. You could feel it. He was like, I don't know what's happening today, because we spice things a little bit up. We have we said it already. We have some influencers, and we have some guests that are not that fast. And to mix all a bit up, we put around 20 kilos on each esports driver, and they really don't want to be crushed. They are worried about their reputation. So I'm happy to see what happens with their 20 kilos.
for sure, I think that adds an interesting dimension, doesn't it? Mixes things up just a little bit as to how exactly all of this is going to unvolve and unravel, and see how it's all going to go when the race gets started.
Yes. All in all, when I'm watching the practice times, I have to say probably 20 kilos were too less.
Well, I've got a lot to catch up on in terms of how it's all going to run. But obviously, we're watching Toby getting the practice laps in over there. I think everybody is right now. The final laps before we're going to head to qualifying.
Yes. So, how is it? Nice. We have another interview guest this time from Team Malmedy. I think since it would be unfair if you would do it, I'm going to do it.
I think that's fair.
Let's see who we got. I think it's Leonard Krippner. I think we said Leonard Krippner. Hey Leonard, how is it?
Hey Thomas, everything doing fine, thank you.
Nice. So you will participate for Team Malmedy. It seems like Team Shmee is pretty confident about winning the championship. How is your team looking?
To be honest, I think Team Malmedy is looking pretty strong. We got a couple of powerhouses in RaceRoom on our team. Moritz, obviously. We got Marco, really good driver as well. Obviously, everyone in the team is really good.
So
put in the effort to qualify, and yeah, pretty confident as well.
Did you try to practice some special maneuvers to protect Moritz so he cannot get shoot out of the race because someone says he's too fast?
No, not yet. I don't think we've gone into team strategies yet. But I think also everyone in the team wants to perform as good as he can as well. So we'll see who finishes in front in the end.
All right. How do you like the special BOP for today?
So far I'm not looking too slow, so I'm fine with it, I guess.
All right. Did you find someone you want to stick to in the race and have fun?
Probably we'll see. I think at every spot in the grid there's going to be someone you can fight with. So really looking forward to the race now.
All right. Thank you, Leonard. You have 1 minute left, so have fun and good luck.
Thank you.
I think this is what's going to make it so fascinating, right? We've got the format with the qualifying before the two races with the reverse grid.
And we do the full reverse grid. I remember in the beginning when we planned the championship, the drivers were they didn't know what to think about, because most esports drivers don't like full reverse grid. They're like, you can just escape and then you have the instant pole position. But there's so many little things they have to have in mind. So if they want to win the championship, they cannot easily escape to get the pole position because they need the high points. On the other side, maybe it's a strategical thing to get the pole position for the own team. So I think, especially for today, when we have the slower drivers, the race action will get through all the evening.
There are definitely some tactics to it, and this is what's going to be fascinating to see, isn't it, between the two teams, as the drivers were saying, the talk within the team to try and prepare and to work out who they're following and getting ready. And it looks like qualifying is nearly set to get underway.
I think so too. What do you think?
Should we do it? Has it gone well over there? Maybe.
At least I'm not right on back of.
Yes. Well, I fear if I was taking part, I might be at the back.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I have to do it next week in another championship. We had this bet that every commentator has to participate, and I really didn't want to do it, but I have to now. So it's my part then next week. So I feel him.
Definitely. Well, we've got some very, very talented drivers here on the grid. Lots of folks taking part, and yeah, we're underway. Everyone's.
Yeah, I would say let's have a look. Let's jump into the in-game signal and watch the first parts of this competition. It's 10 minutes qualifying today. Not that super important in the end. Oh, that's quite loud. I guess the chat will say the same soon, but that's quite loud. Yeah, this time it's not that super important. There's nothing to win. There are no points to gather for the team, but still
there might not be points, but there's a lot of pride.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what I wanted to say next. Pride is probably the highest here.
But yes, I mean on board already. The first couple of laps out at the Red Bull ring. Whoever puts in the fastest time is going to be setting off at the front for the first race. We've got 10 minutes. Pop in the laps.
Last year, in the ADAC Championship, the Porsche was absolutely unbeatable. This year again in the qualifying, so let's see if it's maybe Marco Page or Moritz Löhner. I don't know. Do we have more Porsche?
Yeah, we're going to mix the cars on the grid, don't we, here?
Christian Bracke is also driving a Porsche, but he's more a... So we already said it. But Christian is a real racing team boss, so he has probably not that much time to practice.
No, that's definitely, I guess, a slight hindrance for getting in the time on the sim to get the practice down for this. But we've obviously got a big mix of GT3 cars on the grid, the Porsches and the Bentleys to the AMGs, Corvettes. It will be interesting to see how all of this goes, especially for the drivers as well with DOP that's introduced here. So we're watching Moritz heading around.
Moritz Löhner with 2 purple sectors. It's quite obvious.
That's not what I want, obviously.
but in the first part of this qualifying, you would have purple sectors as well, since no one has done a lap time.
Yeah, no laps on the board. Just all of the cars as they make their way around. Get set, so the laps start coming in.
But you could see it. Moritz cannot go slow. He set a 128, 168. So, oh no, a 310 in the end.
We've got
so
Max Pfeiffer at the top of the board at the moment.
All the Malmedy guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at that a little bit nervous, but come on, Team Shmee150. The guys have got it. Michaela's up there as well in 4th at the moment. They're on the board, but obviously the first laps, this is where everybody's getting their feet in, getting their eye in, getting ready for what's to come in the next couple of laps as we get to enjoy the wonderful spectacle that is the race taking place in front of us. I said the qualifying taking place in front of us. The drivers are out for lap number 2.
Danny Jusa is quite close to the man in front, so you can see it. You can see it. That basically killed all his lap time. And it's funny, he just wrote his name in the wrong direction. It's called Jusa Danny, but
yes.
Actually he's called Danny Jusa. So
just throwing us off with this one.
Leonard Krupner sitting on 2nd position with a new best first sector, nearly 10 faster than Max Pfeiffer.
Everything's going to warm up very quickly. Obviously, a bit of support from me to the Brits on the grid, James West and Isaac Price, both with Team Shmee150 in their blue and black liveries.
We can talk a little bit about James West when we see him. Look at this.
Straight to
James West. It's actually Gamer Muscle.
Yes.
It's one great sim racing content creator from Great Britain. I tried to communicate with him in a reasonable manner, and it was just impossible. I have to say, we never talked anything reasonable, and you can see it.
It's fighting talk.
Yeah. He's streaming. So right now he's streaming, I think, since an hour.
Okay.
So probably
Okay,
he's
yeah.
talking this chat.
So it's going to be very interesting as the cars start coming around, getting some more laps down to see how all of this shapes up.
That's Isaac Price, probably one of your biggest talents in your team, also from Great Britain.
Driving in the Continental GT3. Big old beast.
Yes, and quite fast. On this track, it's difficult to drive. You have turn 3 and turn 5, these slow corners,
Yes.
especially the corner downhill when you have the engine in front of the car. It's difficult to get it around the corner.
It's amazing sometimes how much difference it can make, and obviously here we're watching a complete mix of cars on the grid.
So
It'll
that's Toby Shimon.
Right here with us. All eyes on you, Toby. Got a lap time in, got a time on the board.
Yes, but not the last one.
No, not yet. Christian Bracke tries to get close to you. Javier Sanchez just passed you right now. It's a 1:31.468, and since I can see it right, the lap time was deleted. So Toby is not really able to push a little bit further. He needs to have a next run. One run is left. We have only 3 minutes on the clock.
It's fascinating actually to see that our top 6 racers are all within 340,000 of a second. It's very close up there at the top end. Anything can happen at this stage.
Now your team just closed the gap. Michael Rechel is sitting in the second row.
Perfect, up to third.
And I think Tim Yashel, he drives a new car. He's driving the Mercedes. The whole year in 2021 he was driving the Bentley, so it's basically the first race for him. He's driving the new car. And that's Florian Hasse. I guess Florian Hasse and Moritz Löhner, they are coming from the esports. They will lead Team Malmedy. They are like the power horses, like Leonard Krippner says. They're really 2 drivers they can lead, and that's something I'm curious could be in your team.
Yes, obviously as tonight gets underway and drivers start to get more of a feel for racing together, obviously in the competitive environment, it'll be interesting to see how that develops into the next races, 6 races of the championship, and things start to almost settle, and we see where the battles are on the grid and who's going to be pushing with who and who's fighting neck on neck for the different spots, and especially up top at the podium.
So that's Max Pfeiffer. He cannot really improve his lap time, just wide sector time, so it's quite unnecessary what he's doing. 1.4 seconds slower than his fastest lap.
I was already thinking the times up at the top of the board were very quick compared to the practice laps I put in before.
What did you do? 1:33?
1:33.
I'm doing a 1:32, so
Okay.
I'm not that far away.
I think with a few more laps I might get into the 1:32s, but you know the guys here in the 1:27s up at the top.
It's crazy.
That's 5 seconds.
It's really crazy, especially when they push through the first corner. I don't know if you can see it now. They brake so... obviously he escaped. But they brake so late, and they turn in with the brakes, just smash the throttle and get out with full speed.
It's a particularly challenging first corner at the Red Bull Ring, both in terms of the braking point and then obviously getting back on the path for the long straight that you have up the hill, running up towards the hairpin.
So qualifying is done. I mean, we have like 40 seconds left to Tobias leaves the simulator. He's quite happy because he's not last, but you have to say it's quite close.
So this is where we run down the full grid and see where everybody has ended up.
So that's that says Max Pfeiffer and Moritz Löhner on the first row, Rachel and Page on the second, Krippner and Price then on third row.
Yeah, I would say that's a fairly good mix, to be honest. Obviously, Team Malmedy do have the front row locked out for this first race, but there are a fair few Team Shmee racers right behind them.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be okay. This is good.
I think so too. I think so too. Especially since that's not the BOP, the balance of performance for the season. So everything will change up a little bit. We will have all the other drivers added to the grid. We are not seeing today. So I think there will be a huge and massive change to the results of today.
For sure. But this is the first opportunity we've had to see the two teams up against one another, to see a little bit of that competitive element coming through. So that's the first set of results to kind of look at and to judge anything from.
Can I ask you a question? How many fuel do I need for the race?
I don't know.
How many? 20 minutes and 130 per lap. So 15 laps is enough, I guess.
You need to use the in-game chat. If you go into the session, then you can chat, and probably someone will tell you. They hate you when you use the chat because it's just super distracting, but they probably will help you.
Thank you.
I'm definitely not the right one to ask.
Julian asked also 41 liters, so yeah.
So I hear we have to do another interview, and it seems like it's not Toby because someone is complaining we have to do the interview. So let's head into it and watch. It's Max Pfeiffer. It's the pole setter. Hey Max. It's surprising to find you in front of Moritz Löhner. How does it feel?
It feels really good. Thanks.
I mean that's how it works. Huh? I say how do you feel, and you're okay. Also perfect. So what's the strategy for today?
Probably to try to get Moritz after the straight, because he will have the advantage at the start. But I will try to get in front of him at the straight, and then just try to keep the pace up in front, and yeah.
All right, and if he passes you, then just escape and get the pole position for the second race.
I think this race will be really funny, of course, and as well the second race with the full reverse grid will be really fun.
All right, nice. Thank you, Max. Oh, it's too late. Oh no! Oh, we lost him.
Sorry, Toby.
So, but I heard something about 2.7 liters per lap. Now you can do the math. 20 minutes. It's a lap time of 1:30. I don't know. It's
14 laps.
Something around.
We'll find
Just
out.
like thinking, if you go for like 30
would be enough.
something.
Okay.
No, a bit more than 30. You're
Okay.
Don't believe me. Don't listen to me.
Whatever. All right. You know what?
38, 39.
Okay.
Something like that.
No, that's good.
You know what? When we started to think about this competition, we came very quickly to the point where we said, we need Shmee and someone who's in the same range, who does the same thing as Shmee. But I always was a little bit anxious about it because I never know how would you take this topic, sim racing. And since you're here now and you're so happy, I'm really happy. Did you like it?
Absolutely. You know, for me, having recently put together my garage to store my cars back in the UK, one of the most important things is obviously to have a proper sim in the garage. Hence, this has drawn me straight into this, getting to play around myself and get more of a feel. Even, really, before I go and drive on a track, being able to practice, it makes a huge difference. It makes you so much more confident and comfortable. And then I've learned so much more about this world, and obviously leading towards where we are now for the REMUS GT3 Championship. And it's really quite fun to discover this whole almost new world for me, having been to so many different racetracks and different race events. This is now feeling almost it's the same energy, but through sims remotely located and taking part in this.
I heard that before.
Yeah.
When my boss the first time, and it was years ago, jumped into the simulator, and he was forced to because he thought it in a business way, and he started selling it, and he never really drove it. And then some of his employers said, "Now you have to drive it," and he jumped into it. And after the first corners, he was like, "That feels like the real. It's the same emotions. It's perfectly the same."
Definitely, and one of the slightly addictive qualities is that you find yourself a few hours later still sat in the seat,
Yes.
having done many laps.
I heard that. I heard that.
Time flies by very, very, very quickly. And I mean, I'm driving at home on the exact same sim that we have Toby racing in here, the Track Time 3 Motion, and it's that feeling that brings you the exact senses of the car into what you're doing. Anyway, I think it's time.
It's time. So we have a little advertisement before, and then we jump into the racing action.
Someone's definition of your life is not the reason you get up in the morning. You get up because of that spark, that feeling, that drive. You don't accept anyone else's definition of your life because you define yourself by the call of your heart. Break silence. REMUS.
All right, we have the cars on the grid at the Red Bull Ring. This is where tensions rise, excitement is building, and we're going to be kicking off in 15 seconds.
I'm curious if everyone gets that jump start is activated, or if someone is just pulling the first gear and goes straight YOLO. It seems good. It seems good. All right. We have the red lights on, and I think away we go.
Lights are out. Yeah, they're off. So what do we have from the start?
It's what Pfeiffer said. Moritz Löhner with the Porsche has a great start. So much traction, so much acceleration.
A little bit of contact, a couple of cars back down the grid, but up front, the first four have held position. So we now make our way up straight towards the top of the circuit. Oh, what do we have going up at the very top?
Oh,
it's side racing action here.
Oh, Michael Rechel tries to push to get onto the second. Oh, and there was a little contact.
We've seen a few bits of moving and shaking through the grid so far. Right up front, Moritz has taken out into the lead ahead of Max.
The second pole good. Tries to catch up now the Audi. Moritz Löhner with a little bit of a failure.
They're swapping back and forth, trading places in front of the grid. Glued to the action here, watching up front the first three. Obviously happy to see Mikael keeping it right on the back of the front two. Head on around through the circuit, heading back down the hill in the second half.
We are still being on the first spots of the ranks. When I'm watching our timetables, I see Jaroslav Honzik is fighting against Luciano Vitreux, against Sebastian Reh, Nils Naujoks, Javier Soto. The whole influencers, the whole content creators are in one big group. So I hope we jump as fast as we can back. Another little slide. There we are, Jaroslav Honzik on position 11. He leads up now the pack, but Sebastian Reh seems to be like, there are a lot of horses running away.
So I'm looking at this as a team perspective and trying to see how the team Shmee150 guys are going to be working together to make this happen. But this is where also, as we were saying earlier, about the up to second race and how the first race is going to impact that and what that means for the drivers and what the objectives are.
Yeah, for me it looked like Jaroslav is trying to hold the pace of Andre Santos, who's in the same team, and he's not really trying to push further. He's satisfied with it and tries really to keep both cars in the race. Florian Hasse on position 7. He's always and ever driving an Audi. You can give him something else, he will come up with the Audi again. And Max Pfeiffer, he said he wants to defend his first place, but right now he's just chasing Moritz Löhner.
Have we had a movement from 5th to 4th?
probably Isaac Price who will go for the move for turn 3. Max Pfeiffer is too far away, you can see it. He's pushing on. Now he could try a dive bomb, but it's really too late. Both cars are on a very high limit of driving, so if he would go for it, he probably just spins Moritz Luna.
Isaac has moved up to third place as well. But at the moment, we have 2 drivers for Team Malmedy at the front, followed by 2 drivers for Shmee150.
Oh! And there is a little lockup. I think was it Tobias? No. Where is Tobias?
20th.
20?
Currently running the 20th.
Alright, he's
2 places.
yeah. He held up a little bit. Gianni Drusa lost some places, but Tim Braumüller, I have to admit, I don't know who Tim Braumüller is. He must be someone specially invited, but I cannot tell you who it is. I hope he has fun. Back again to Andre Santos. He had to give up his position to Jaroslav Honce. Here you see the difference. Jaroslav Honce is driving very good manner racing. He's not using the curves overly extreme, but Andre Santos knows he needs to go every single meter. And Tobias is just waving his hands. It seems like the first feedback is very strong.
Who's Sanchez? I don't know him.
It's Javier, it's Heike. It's also a content creator.
I already have to say sorry.
What do we see here? It's Tim Jaschel on the 7th. And here we see, I think, the first time really this team battle. He's trying to get past a Team Malmedy driver. It's Florian Hassel. Hoppa. Good contact. So what's your first impression of the first few minutes? You're really, how can I say it? You're really fascinated.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm completely mesmerised watching it and seeing some of the action and seeing how some of the competition is already heating up in a big way. I mean, look at how closely the guys are really bumper to bumper as the pack head back around. And it's amazing to see also up front. First and second have been trading places. They're running very, very, very closely. Obviously, I'm hoping that the Team Shmee guys can make it, and Tim Jaschel just moved up a spot there as well into P8. Hot on the heels with Julian Kunze behind Florian Haas and Marco Pejic.
I'm quite... Oh, Marco Pejic is coming from the outside. Tries to really break late and gets past Tim Jaschel. I'm wondering what happened to Tim Jaschel, because he was so close to Florian Hasse in front of those guys. He's now really gone, 1.7 seconds away, but Tim Jaschel is just losing position over position. Oh, Marco Pejic tries to get past with a late braking maneuver, and then suddenly touches Julian Kunze in front, which unsettled his car.
And Tim Jaschel just took the spot back. He's back up into P8. That's why we were talking about it. So this is what I mean. This is why I'm so fascinated by it, because places are trading endlessly. It's quite hard to keep track and to work out and to see exactly what's going on.
I mean, that's what it is all about. We told everyone that's a fun race. Just have as many fights as they have, if they can.
Definitely, really giving us a feel for how everybody can do.
And that's quite awesome. We see in RaceRoom since summer a team that is very, very successful. It's their esports, and yeah, it's Ben Durr. It's one of the youngest team members of the Durr family, and see him now racing in a sim racing series. It's quite exciting.
Oh, for sure, very exciting. Great to see, and this is, one of the amazing things to me, obviously, coming into the, let's say, the esports world more from the automotive road car world, we could say, is that, obviously the Durr esports team comes off the Durr family and the Durr group and the dealerships who have actually serviced some of my cars in the real world.
So they did.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
which is quite fun. When I have cars over here in Germany for various videos or whatever I'm filming on my channels, they're often stopping by and I'm saying hello and attending some of the events. So it's great to see that transition now, and also to follow Ben here in the race.
Back to a big group. It's Leonard Grüttner who's leading it, and it seems like he's on a rush because there are so many people right behind him. It's Sebastian Reh, it's Tim Jarschel, it's Nils Naujoks, it's Javier Soto, who's better known as Heike. James West is behind him. That's really a dense group.
It is some very, very close combat racing, this.
Leonard Grüttner, it's funny to see. It seems like he's struggling a little bit with the 20 kilos extra because recently he was one of the biggest runner-ups of the rookies. So every year we can find some new names where, you know, all right, these guys were always fighting for the middle of the pack, and now he's running for the lead, or he's running for the podium. Right now he's back in the middle.
Yes, and this is where it's, you know, really a lot of places are swapping around at the moment as we see some closing action there. Obviously racing for the same team. Oh, nearly had a late move there.
Max Pfeiffer, he's trying. He needs to be inventive. He needs to be intelligent, because Moritz Löhner is one of the guys you really don't want to fight on track. Only if there's nothing to lose. Moritz Löhner is a genius in attacking and defending, and so you need to be.
And do you know what? This is the beauty of this format, right? Because whichever way they finish up race 1, they're starting the other way on race 2. Yes. And that will be quite fun to see how that goes, and who manages to hold out on top as that progresses. But I'm obviously really quite excited to seeing how closely Isaac Price is running right behind them.
Sure, since they are fighting so closely, it costs a lot of amount of time. So if they keep up doing it, and I think Max Pfeiffer is just happy to actually fight Moritz Löhner, Isaac Price will take his chance.
For sure. I mean, we're talking 0.3 at the moment off the front, if not less. Oh, Max is making a move potentially there. No, cut out right at the end.
Got a little bit over the undercut.
Has he taken the position? Oh no, they're trading places every lap multiple times. This would be fascinating to see how many times they've swapped around who's at the front.
So you need to know the Corvette has the fastest top speed on the straights, and that's what you could see from Max Pfeiffer. He's always closing the gap at the end of the straight. But when it comes to the exit of every turn, the Porsche is so much in advantage. So it's so difficult for Max to make the move, and if he then cuts the anti-cut, it's over.
It's going to be a tricky one to make it stick, but this is the fun of seeing the racing action as it takes place.
Next situation, we come back now to the start-finish straight. That means we are heading towards turn 3 soon. And now Isaac Price is in a position where he can really go for the move, especially since he's running the Bentley. He can brake very, very, very late.
And that's one of the impressive things, isn't it? It's the biggest car on the grid pretty much, but can put down the anchors. As we're now on lap 9 into the second half of the race. So where else? Not so many other movers back. Good to see some of Team Shmee taking P7 all the way through to P10 on the grid. But the action up here at the front is really fascinating to see. These front 5 racers all in very, very, very close proximity to one another.
Oh, and we're switching away. I really honestly thought Isaac Price could do it. Now Javier Soto, he's pushing into, where is he? I cannot find him on my table. He just pushed in the car in front of him. It was I think it was Nils Naujoks. Nils Naujoks is the team principal of Red Bull Racing Sports. Yeah. Always fun to see him race, because I think especially since you're the principal of Red Bull Racing, which has a lot of reputation, you should be able to race.
if you're in that industry, you should have a pretty good understanding. But that's one of the things, right? There are some cases where the same techniques translate straight over, and some cases where it's a little bit different, where it's not exactly the same. You know, somebody who's perhaps professional in the I don't know how to describe it out on the actual circuit is not necessarily at the front of the grid on the esports.
No, that's absolutely right. When you watch other simulations, especially when you go to Formula One or something, it's always impressive how fast the young guys are, like Lando Norris, like George Russell. They are mostly competing in the front.
Looks like Moritz is opening up a little bit of a gap now.
It's 0.36.
But everything changes very, very quickly, as we've seen.
Ooh, it's now Yox. Just barely touches the front of Sebastian Vettel. And here we have him.
So still at this time, of course, anything can happen. We're a few laps still to go.
I think the manner will get a little bit more aggressive. We have 5 minutes left on the clock. That means probably around 3.5 laps to go. So everyone can just go for the move. If they lose too many positions, they will increase their grid position for the next race.
Yes. One way to look at it. One way to look at it. Obviously, when going for the 6 races of the championship, we want to make sure that everybody locks in as many points for the team as possible. But for today's pre-show, it's looking close there.
But Niels, I don't know if it was really a good move. If you push too hard in turn 1, you lose all the time, and now you can see it especially good. The BMW has so much engine power, and he's not even able to close the gap anymore to the best situation on the track where you can really overtake.
And this is one of those circuits that really highlights it, isn't it? With such great elevation changes, particularly that very tight first corner, and then the huge run straight up towards the top of the hill. This is where it makes such a critical impact to your lap, how you take the first corner. If you are a little bit too slow out, you're going to have a hard time catching up, let alone trying to overtake the car that would be in front.
And Moritz Löhner, he is not getting caught yet, but the gap between him and Max Pfeiffer is just 0.2 seconds. You said it earlier, he's pulling out the gap. I cannot see it. There is no gap anymore.
No, well, it's 0.2, 0.3. You know, it's in that state where one small little mistake, one small opening, there we go.
A small little mistake, it's more like a big, huge one. And he's taking Isaac
Max Pfeiffer
Price.
has spun out of turn 1 and taken Isaac Price back with him.
If it would be Mad Max, he would be crying, "Witness me!" and then he took someone with him.
Yeah, so what do we have then? Moritz is now out in front of Michael, who we were talking with earlier.
Now there is a huge gap, and we have Michael Rechel on the 2nd position. So if you see it strategically, your team just gained 1 position.
We gained a few positions technically overall. a few moves and shakes there. I wasn't wrong about the gap opening up. Just the way it opened up, we might not have predicted.
And then I'm seeing the chat, and there is someone writing, "Shmee, I thought you'd be racing."
I think I might be right down +4 or +5 laps by this point.
So I'm really happy that you are sitting next to me and not as a simulator, I have to admit.
Although I might have to go and spend a bit of time driving in an equally matched GT3 car at the Red Bull Ring to see if I can improve lap times and maybe match something that would fit into the grid.
Yeah, maybe we pull out a competition on your own over the course of the championship, and you invite all your community to do something with you.
Yeah, and
That would be
I should
exciting.
add some weight to all of the green cars on the grid.
Yeah, sure. So let's face. Oh no, it's not the last. It's not the last lap. It's the penultimate lap. Marco P just trying to snatch your position too. In the end, it's Michael Rechel who's trying to defend, and he's having a really hard time. I can imagine the audience already struggling a little bit with the tire heating, and the Porsche is just on top of its game. Yeah, you can see it. Like Marco Page is using a very alternative line, and he's just rushing towards Michael Rechel.
I'm hoping Michael can hold on for the last lap to take second spot on the podium here.
Come on, Michael, you can do it. But 58 seconds left on the clock, so it means we have to go one another lap, which means Michael is not done yet. Watching back to Tim Yarshall, and it's exciting to see the Mercedes back in the grid, because yeah, Mercedes were dominating the last years in RaceRoom, and it's the first year when the Mercedes are not that strong, particularly, and now see him back means hear him back, and it's fantastic part to listen.
Yeah, the grumble of that V8 is one of the most incredible engine sounds.
It seems like Isaac Price is has to be satisfied with his position in the 7.
It's been that was a tough race, I suppose, so far for Max Pfeiffer, from chasing right at the front up until the very last, effectively.
But I like his spirit. He didn't escape, because you could have done that after spinning in position 2, and you don't have to win anything anymore. You could just escape and say, okay, I take whatever I get then, and it's probably around position 1 to position 3 for the second race. But he's not doing it.
Still going at it, and that's what's going to be great as we go into the second race shortly, is to see how that happens.
And there's Moritz Luna. He's going for his first win today. Race 1 is finished, and let's see how the emotion goes. Yeah, a little bit emotional. That's enough. He's a professional. He knows the camera is right on him.
Well, he got it. You know, he was obviously there from the beginning, held off Max throughout the majority of the race, and then over the last couple of laps after that little coming together, he's been out on his own.
Yes. We're seeing Niels Naujoks finishing in 30th. And someone is not using his chance. Toby Shimon is still P19, which means he's not going for the pole position.
And we could keep distracting him, and and he might not have a choice. It might be an unintentional pole position.
So in the chat there's a question. Green is Malmedy? Yes. All the blue cars with a British flag on the side, on the doors, it's obviously Team Shmee, and the rest of the cars there's the Malmedy cars. So, we are reading the chat, are fully
Yes.
in the picture. Hello.
Following everything that's going on.
So first race, live commentated. You said you did it before, but not live. Now the first.
Yeah,
race
I mean,
live.
this was quite fun to watch it live. Obviously, there's a lot going on. We've got a pretty full grid in today's race, and a lot of names, which I'm not gonna lie, I have to learn how to say properly. I apologise to any of the drivers today whose names I've struggled with, but no, to see everything live, to see everything that's happening, this is really quite exciting.
I mean, you were still on the road. You came just by. You called us this day and said, "Hey, I'm here in Germany. I can come to the stream." So obviously,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Driven straight here, got out of the car after a very, very, very long drive, and here we are with the race happening and commentating on it live and seeing how it's all gone.
So let's see if Toby already has some sound. No, he has not.
He has not.
Now, Toby,
He's there.
tell us.
Yeah,
How does it feel?
it felt quite well, because I didn't spun, and I'm not the last on the board, and had a couple of fights. You know, Danny Juicer spun around in the first corner, and we had a great fight, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I didn't disappoint you, I guess.
No, you're not on the back.
On your team today.
You beat whatever I would have been able to do. So.
Yes, I've beaten Ben Durr. I've beaten, I don't know, a lot of guys. Why is everyone laughing? That's true. That's true. Okay, maybe they escaped, but that's not. You know, I'm a sports.
So what is your strategy for race for race 2? Oh no, I'm not allowed to ask you anymore. We have no time, so
Okay.
we need to go any further. Shmee, tell me what's next. It's Moritz. All right, I think it's Moritz. All right, let's see. It's an interview. Yeah, it's Moritz. Hi, Moritz.
Hello.
I give it to you, Shmee.
Congratulations on the race win.
Thank you very much.
How was it? How did it go for you?
It went pretty good, I would say. Like qualifying, I didn't get the best lap, but the Porsche is very good off the line, so I knew I had the advantage there, and then I just had to fight off the Corvette, which was pretty fast on the straight. But yeah, I think we had really good fights. Shame about the contact behind me that made my life easy in the end. But yeah, it was a fun race.
For sure, we were very much enjoying watching you and Max pretty much at it for 3/4 of the race or so, and there was a lot of pressure he was putting on behind.
Definitely, yeah. But I knew that with the Porsche I can brake late, I can accelerate early, so I always have that kind of play in our fights that I can make use of. So I was quite confident, but yeah, Max was really fast.
But definitely very fast, and obviously, as you said, it's a shame they're coming together right towards the end. But it was an amazing watch for us to see, and you were setting some good pace out there at the front. And I think it's going to be fascinating to see how you can do for the next race. Any particular strategy or any insights you can give us as to your plans?
I guess be careful with the first overtakes. Well, not with the first overtakes because all the fast drivers will be around me, but maybe like halfway into the race it might get interesting. And then let's see. Yeah, but now first win for Team Malmedy, so that's already good. And let's see what I can do in the second race.
I was going to say, despite not being on Team Shmee150, congratulations on the win, and good luck for the next race.
Thank you.
So next point would be interview with Toby Shimon. Are we allowed now? Yes, we are. So Toby, what's now your strategy for the first lap?
Don't crash in the first corner. Make a great start and pass all the guys in front of me.
Are you nervous?
No.
Seriously?
I'm focused.
There are 20 cars behind you, a lot of fast drivers.
Yeah, that would be fun if I stopped them, you know.
Nice.
I take the LKW cheat, you know. I'm more like a bus driver, I guess. So yeah, we'll see how they can pass me. I don't think so. Yeah.
I think Toby sounds very confident over there.
Yeah, I'm surprised about it, to be honest. But it is not his first start from the front row. I remember a very legendary race.
Yes.
So he has his experience right now.
And I kicked out Calvin van der Linde. I kicked out Maxi Götz, some former ADAC GT Masters champions. Yeah, they were really angry with me, but I said, come on, it's racing, guys.
Well, I suppose we should get ready for race 2.
Yes.
The grid will reverse, and this is where it's going to be really quite interesting.
Absolutely. So, do we have something? We don't want to miss it. No. It's just the next point is another commercial break. No. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. Okay, I think they want to do another interview when I see it right. It's funny. We need a camera here. We need a camera here so everyone can see what we can see. But there's Jadir.
Yeah,
hey,
hello
Jadir.
guys. Hello.
So how are you? How's your chat?
Oh, amazing. Got such a great fight in the first race, and yeah, good fun.
So do you want to join like wildcard on this championship?
Oh yeah. If I get this BOP with the less ballast, I absolutely am.
Nice. So your dog is not distracting you while you're racing, I see.
No, not at all.
Oh man, nice. So what's the strategy?
I don't know. Is the reverse grid like the whole grid?
Yeah, the whole.
Okay, so my target is very simple: beat Gamer Muscle, Nils, Heikki and Boria, and I'm the happiest guy ever.
All right. I wish you all the best for it and keep focused. We are going now for our commercial break. Nein, das gibt's doch nicht. Das steht doch hier.
Someone's definition of your life is not the reason you get up in the morning. You get up because of that spark, that feeling, that drive. You don't accept anyone else's definition of your life because you define yourself by the call of your heart. Break silence. REMUS.
It says race.
It's race time. It's race 2.
And we are watching all the guys in front. So the story we have to tell in this race is, can Jaroslav Honzik beat all the other content creators? That's what he wants to do, at least.
We'll be keeping our eyes peeled. Toby looks so excited. He's ready.
Toby's always excited. I don't know if he ever is not.
So we've got
10 seconds to go.
The last cars getting out onto the pit straight, the grid straight.
They need to refuel, and they need to be quick.
So
in
here we go.
Of the whole grid is Christian Bracke and Danny Juicer, and I think Christian Bracke won't be that happy to sit in front of all these cars since
lights are out, they're off.
And oh, look at the Porsches, they are so quick, and I don't know what's happening. Christian
No,
Bracke,
there's so
he's just
they're running 4 wide into the first corner. There's definitely a lot of contact going on back there mid-grid.
And Toby Shmee1 already lost some positions. He's down to P6 from P3.
There's a lot of changing going on. There's a lot of moving around.
Moritz Löhner already caught Marco Page. He's not on last anymore, but now it's crucial. Turn 3. That's the moment when I expect the big one.
This is where it's brought the pack very closely together as the faster drivers are obviously trying to make their way back up the grid where possible. And it's giving us some very, very close racing, side to side, going through the corners. Oh, we've got some contact there. And a position gained. We had Toby taking the position up. Cheap shot, Toby, cheap shot.
And he's so happy about it. He's so happy about it.
But he's holding in P4. He's still up there. You know, I think he can do this. I think he's got a podium in him. No pressure, Toby.
Don't tell him that's Luciano Vidveur, currently sitting on P2 in the Cupra Sim Racing Championship, so a very fast guy behind him, especially since he's driving a Porsche. He will have the better exits. And there he got already just eaten by Luciano Vidveur. Toby is trying his move again and pushing him through the last corner, probably with a result that Leonard Kribner will eat him as well.
And this is the amazing thing. Moritz has already moved up 5 spots. I mean, he's showing some real skill out there to take 5 positions in the first lap.
As I said, you don't want to be close to Moritz Löhner. When he's in front of you, you will not ever catch him again, and if he's behind you, he's just passing you as if you're parking. Running towards turn 3, Xavier Soto is going for, where is he? He's on P7, and he's also trying to get past Toby Shmee1.
I'm looking forward to when we have Moritz and Max racing again.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And there's Toby Shmee1 going wide now. He needs to rejoin the track. It's such a difficult situation right now.
Back to P21.
No!
The hopes and dreams shattered in an instant. Oh well.
I mean, he can do it. Certainly. It's just Michael Rachel in front of him. What could possibly go wrong?
Definitely. I was going to say I'm looking forward to the race when we have Moritz and Max. I presume the way they're racing, they'll get back side by side. Obviously, I would love it if they, as Team Shmee150, obviously, respectfully, would love it if they have a difficult battle and it holds them both back. That would be fantastic, you know.
I can imagine this. looking respectively to Nils Naujoks, who's in your team at least for today. He's trying to catch up to Javi Soto. But back to where you want to look. It's Nils Naujoks on P17, facing another Porsche driver.
Andre Santos.
Oh, he's going for the very, very, very late move, trying to surprise Andre Santos, and it really worked out. He's now side by side, running towards turn 5. And it's nearly a full car length ahead. And
so Danny Juice is still holding out up front.
Yeah,
he's had a good couple of laps up there, running the front of the grid.
I think Danny Juicer just escaped to make sure he's able to win the race, because he wants to beat Nils Löhner, and he doesn't care how he does. he's really they were really into trash talking before the race, and Danny Juicer said if he's beating Nils Löhner, he hopes to start his career at the esports as next esports champion.
Okay.
So
well,
probably that was a strategy.
Well, he got himself up to the front of the grid, and he's holding it strong. You know, he's got a second on P2. The grid is actually so much more opened out up top than we saw in the previous race. You know, we've got some big gaps back there. The main pack, as you can see here, running in the middle. This is some very, very close racing.
Oh, Isaac Price is trying it from the outside. Turn 1. He's quite confident. In front of him is another content creator, so you can see it. You can really see the difference in the attacking lines when an esportler approaches a content creator. They are much more confident. Look at this, turning outside in turn 3. Even though they touched, he's ahead. That's so impressive.
That was a good move there. And Isaac's up into P9.
Boya Sazo. Now look at Bender, probably one of his best sim racing results ever. Smelling the podium. But there's a huge gap. One second gap already to Tim Braumüller. I don't know. It seems like they are both quite on the same level, but Tim Braumüller pulled out nearly a second faster lap time. And Luciano Vitveux, he's trying to really push to the front. Now we are watching Leonard Krüppner, who is chasing Luciano Vitveux. It's difficult. It's so difficult. I mean, he tried to go through the inside. He bumped a little bit around.
Who did we lose?
Huh? Luciano. We lost Luciano. And Luciano wanted to close the gap to just make sure he can catch up at the end of the straight, and pushed it to the back of Leonard Krüppner.
Yeah, I've got to point out here, Max is up to P5.
And that's basically now the exciting maneuver. Jaroslav Honzik is trying to go past Boya Zazo, and I think no, he has to pass at least this guy and then Javier, and then he's the fastest content creator. But right now he's in front of Gamer Muscle. He's in front of Javier Soto. Looks quite happy, like always. And the second best of Eurocars is now chasing Max Pfeiffer.
So this is where the team Shmee150 strategy is all about the last few laps. You wait and see.
All right.
We've got this.
I thought about distracting the best Malmedy drivers. Just to being constantly around, messing with their mental strength.
Yeah.
All right. I think you personally introduced them, right?
Sorry?
You personally introduced them what to do.
To set the strategy for the race.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily sure I'd listen to my strategy, although the Maybe we should just like sneak into a Team Malmedy strategy briefing.
Yeah, maybe.
And try and get some. Oh, what do we have going on there? We had a move.
Leonard Kripner, who lost a position. Better said, he tried to get around Ben Durr, and then I think Ben Durr was surprisingly random at some point, and Leonard Kripner.
Oh no, we've lost Toby.
Not again. Oh no, and he's rejoining. Oh, that was close. That was Tim Yarshall who passed him. And another one who spun. Oppa. And he gets a hit.
Where's Ben gone?
Ben! That was Ben. Who spun right now is Ben. He's now on P18. And a bunch of Malmedy racers now. And one is going into the pit. We are on the Spanish guy, Boyazazo.
So I'm seeing a Team Malmedy podium at the moment.
Yes. I don't know what to do. Should I kick someone? Wait, I can log into the server. Who do you like less? I can do it for you.
I think we should wait until the final corner of the race.
To just bring more disappointment?
Yeah. Just to settle up. I mean, Max running there with Nils.
I mean, we could be fair, right? We could let vote the chat, and they have to pick at least one Malmedy and one Shmee driver. So Max Pfeiffer, he's now coming back to position 4. He caught Niels Naujoks.
That's really impressive. And the interesting thing here is we've just passed the halfway point of the race into the last 10 minutes, and he's made it all the way up. He's now 4.8 seconds off Danny Juicer. I mean, which way is that going to go? Is Max going to be able to make up the difference?
I think so. He's able to do it. I think if you watch Leonard Kripner is doing a 128.7, Max was doing a 128.6, but if you watch what Tim Braumüller drives, it's a 128.9. Danny Juicer, it's 129.2. So they are quite a lot faster. So they can do it. But your fight, what you wanted to see, Moritz Löhner versus Max Pfeiffer, it's difficult. Moritz is way.
Yeah, Moritz hasn't done such a good job attacking the field. I mean, let's be honest, it's not doing a bad job, having moved up all the way to P9, starting at the back of the grid. But obviously Max has done an even better job making some progress through the pack. And so we haven't had this battle continuing between Moritz. I mean, he's only a handful of spots, 4 spots behind at the moment. And the two guys are running similar lap times, both very, very quick.
And while we are watching a little fight around position 17, it's all about your team. It's Tim Yarshall versus Gamer Muscle. I think Gamer Muscle will be pretty happy to compete against Tim Yarshall. And he's really trying. He's not giving up. You can see it. He's always pushing in any single exit.
But this is where Moritz is now on the heels of 3 Team Shmee150 drivers. But I'm going to hope they're going to do a great job of managing to hold him back.
and just hold him back. I don't know. Jaroslav Honzik is quite fast. He's probably one of the faster content creators, but when you compare his pace to Moritz, I think Jaroslav will have a hard time. And Marko Pijic sitting on P14. Doesn't really know how to handle the Corvette of Sebastian Reh. I think he expected Sebastian Reh more like a sitting duck, because Sebastian Reh is always performing not that super good in Grid 2. And Danny Juicer's still leading this race. 7 minutes to go. If he does not spun, then
I mean, it's all in his hands here. I mean, we're watching the times. We've got Tim Braumüller still running about a second behind. Leonard Kripner another second or two behind And then we've got Max closing now at 3.9 seconds behind, but 7 minutes. This is what's going to get really very interesting now.
We have an interesting discussion in the chat. They try to figure out which track this is. Someone says it's Solder. Someone is saying it's Red Bull. I think we should give them some more options. So probably it's Watkins Glen. And Isaac Price. Now he has a good run. Oh, and look at this. Now he's already touching the grass. Still, the BMW with so much engine power. He needs to be surprising, and he is. He tries at least. But then, with a little touch, they lose the traction.
Yeah.
But Isaac Price is not giving it up.
They're all running some good times. They're all low mid 128s. The fastest times we're seeing out there at the moment.
But the podium is not decided yet. Leonard Kribner closed the gap. He's 0.8 seconds close to Tim Braumüller. And Max Pfeiffer is 1.3 seconds behind Leonard Kribner. So both just get rid of 1 second.
Yeah, so Danny Juicer definitely had a slower lap there. The racers running behind have all been catching up ever so slightly, and here we are. With Danny heading into T1.
I'm curious where he's sitting. Is he sitting at the Sim Racing United studio, or is he at the Jochen Schweizer arena? I don't know. But it looks really not like he's sitting at home, right? There's a bar, or? But now he has to focus at every single apex, especially since it seems Tim Braumüller got a little bit faster since Leonard Kribner is chasing him.
Isaac Price has overtaken Nils Neuerks. Oh, there's traded places back again.
And a lot of people try to catch your attention in the chat. It's like, Shmee, look here, read my message, please.
To those wondering, we're reading the stream in both rooms, and thank you everyone who's joined us here.
Moritz Löhner, he's still sitting on P8. Nothing he can do right now, whilst Isaac Price is attacking in front of him Nils Neuerks, but there's nothing they can really do. And it seems like Jaroslav Honzik is giving now Moritz Löhner the hard time. I said it could be Jaroslav Honzik, but here it seems like it's Moritz Löhner.
Battle the other way around this time. Moritz trying to work out how to get past the Corvette as opposed to holding back a Corvette.
It's so fun. I don't understand. Did you ever try to drive? You probably did it 1,000 times, driving and talking. But I cannot understand how this works. It's it's a secret for me. I can talk all the time while everyone else is driving.
It's difficult. There are some amazing people out there. It's really a challenging thing to do. Anybody who can drive at 100% and talk while they're driving, I don't know. I always try and dial it back a little bit while driving. Leave a little bit of attention to be able to talk while you're at it. But look at this. The front four are really closing up the gap. They're all within about a second now. Oh, we've had a swap.
Leonard Kribner just took away position number 2.
And Max Pfeiffer up to 3.
Tim Braumüller. He tried. I watched a little bit the timings, and you could see he was trying to pass Danny Juicer, but he couldn't go for it. Now he's sitting on P4.
This is going to be a very exciting last 2 minutes.
Oh yes.
As we head in now to the final couple of laps. I mean, they'll get through the start flag before the timer hits 0, so
Oh, but Danny Juicer. He is a sitting duck, you can see it. Like Leonard Krippner is just rushing, he's charging.
Oh.
And he's not giving it up. Krippner now on the wrong side, he's on the outside for turn 5. That is quite difficult. If you would sit in a Formula 1 car with a lot of aerodynamics, but he's already passed.
He's got the spot.
Now he's defending, moving backwards on the brake.
We had some contact and movement. The front 3 are within 3 car lengths.
And that was not quite clean racing. Leonard Krippner moved under braking. That's most dangerous driving. And now everyone around Danny Juicer is watching him from behind. I don't think that is distracting, right?
No. People being around race drivers, that's not distracting at all. Poor Toby. Sorry.
But still, we don't talk too much about him, right? So he has a good time with this. Danny Juicer is now defending against Max Pfeiffer. Come on, Danny. That's what I would like to scream, because he really would deserve this win, but it seems so difficult to catch Krippner, but he needs to defend his position against Pfeiffer. And Pfeiffer probably will go with the same strategy. What position is he offering him? He needs to go to the outside. Inside tires were on the curb, so it was very difficult to brake since then. Danny Juicer
Max
braked
Pfeiffer
very
up
early.
into second.
Nice.
Yeah. Last lap.
Nothing
Now what's
to
going to happen? Half a second between the top. Oh!
No. That was desperate.
That was desperate move.
And who did we lose? It was Tim Braumüller. And he's now going way back and gifting away his position number 4 to Jaroslav Honzik, who will be obviously very happy.
So Moritz made it up to P5 as well. I feel like with a couple more laps, Max and Moritz would have been at it together.
Yeah, it was not enough. Race number 2 still ends here. And Leonard Krippner wins the race, and he's happy about it. Max Pfeiffer is second again. Danny Juicer finishes on the podium. Perfect positioning for him. Jaroslav Honzik on position 4. Probably he feels like the winner.
I mean, that's quite a serious effort.
Yeah.
This is quite a grid of drivers.
And Van Der, he's 15th. After he got spun in the chicane. And there is one left. And he's far behind. But Toby, it's not the kilometers of shame. It's the kilometers of prestige. Everyone can see you. The camera, the car, everyone sees you.
Hey, I'm in 17th position. That's not too bad.
No, it is not.
Technically, there are 6 drivers behind. They might not. They might not be on the tarmac right now, but.
And I already have to apologize to Andre Santos. I probably kicked him out of the race.
Oh no.
I'm really sorry.
Oh no. Let me check Discord if he's furious.
You knocked off somebody from your own team.
He's on Shmee?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really sorry, Andre. I'm really sorry, Shmee. I'm really sorry, Andre.
Oh,
and across the line.
There are a couple of messages here.
Yep. Is he already angry with me, or?
No.
Okay.
No. Everything is okay. They knew what they would do this evening. So we have 2 esports driver winning again, but then we have Danny Juicer, then we have a content creator. We have a little less Shmee results today.
Yeah, I think we need to have some to do some work ready for the first race. Thankfully, today is of course the warm-up show. I think we're going to have to come out fighting when we get to race 1.
just straight into the debriefing room and tell
Yeah.
them that was not right.
When we get to Spa, I need to see some some good grid positions. Maybe a podium. Well, top step would be good.
I'm quite sure that will happen. So, Toby.
I'm on 13th position overall, I guess.
What is it? What does it say?
I don't know. It's the final results.
It's a final. Yeah, then everything is fine. Maybe
I
someone
think so.
collected some penalties.
Yes.
Up to 13th. That's kind of mid-pack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good effort.
Whoa, oh my gosh.
Hard work.
Hard work and I'm wet overall. So I guess you have some interviews.
I think so. I don't know. Do we have some interviews? Yes, we
You
have. I think that was what they wanted to show me. It's Leonard again. Hi.
Hey, good to hear you again, Thomas.
So, you had a quite long road through the whole field. In the end, you finished position 1. What was the hardest fight?
I think the one with Tim at the end, really, because I had Max behind me. He had really good pace with the Corvette today, and was struggling a bit to get past him, but in the end managed to overtake him because he made a little mistake and hit the gravel in the infield of the circuit. Really could push for P1 and got the move on Danny done in the penultimate round, and got a little bit of clean air between me and Max, so I could finish the race in P1 in the end.
Nice. So, could you get any information for the ongoing competition, or was it really all of fun?
I think I mean I know most of the drivers that participate in the GT3 Championship later on, so I know the driving level is really high. Today was a bit special because I think nobody really had any preparation going on and really just going in for fun as it was supposed to be. So I think the real championship will be a bit more harder in the next couple of weeks.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, congratulations to him winning the second race.
Yes. But you could feel it. They are a little bit playing it down. I don't want to tell too much.
Yes, you can see that as you said, everybody's turned up to have a bit of fun today.
Yeah.
To get their eye in, to get a feel for what's going on and where this might end up going. And that's what it's about.
Toby, where do you think we'll end up in the competition?
Me?
Yeah.
Completely last position. To be honest, completely. Yeah, too strong. You know, we have the best sim racers in the world. We see them all weeks in another racing series, and they're so super cool. As I said, Morris Lerner, we've seen in a lot of. He's already on top of the competition at ADC, GT Masters, Esports Championship. Again, he won it over the last 2 years. He wants to go for the hat trick, and so yeah, this would be, it's quite a competition for your team to beat him.
For sure, but I mean, it must be fun to be part of the grid with everyone as well.
It's always fun, you know. Luckily, this wasn't for points today. I had a race with GT4 where we were fighting for points, and I just said, "Come on, drive," and I'll be on the back of the grid, and then it's fine. I don't care. I just want to drive here. That's fine for me. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, a lot of.
Nice. What happened to you when you get out? Were you too nervous? Were you too fast?
On the start?
No. When you.
Yeah, I was braking too late, so it was just over the corner, out of bounds, and it was like, oh my gosh, no! Because I was in 6th or 7th position, I was like, okay, maybe I can fight a little bit more, but yeah.
But that was a pack. It was running 4 wide into that first corner, and it was a squeeze.
Yes, and I made it.
So Shmee, we have another one to interview. Do you want to do it?
Are you sure? Who are we jumping to?
Let's see. It's Ben Durr.
Oh, Ben. How was your race?
Actually not so good. So the first 10 minutes were really good. And then I make a small mistake and spun. So yeah, it happened.
We were enjoying following you. You're putting in some good laps. Of course, it was a tough competition out there. A lot of good drivers on the grid, but did you have fun doing this race?
Yeah, it was actually my first real sim race, but yeah, it was so fun. Also to drive with the esports driver, it's really fun, yeah.
Definitely. Well, it was great to see. obviously from a Team Shmee150 perspective, I think we've got to rally the troops and get ready for the first race when we get to Spa. But I think it was great to watch and good to see how you did. So
Yeah,
thank you for taking part.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
So I don't think we have much to do right now. I'm watching a little bit behind the scenes. It seems like they're trying to figure out yet another interview. But this is our season calendar. This is much more important for the rest of the season. You said it already. 5th of October, first race on Spa-Francorchamps. Second then on Nürburgring, Red Bull Ring again on November. Road America then as the next, and then we have two big, how can we say it, blockbuster, Bathurst and Macau. What is your favorite track here?
Do you know what? I'm very much looking forward to heading to Spa. I love the circuit of Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. I think it's one of the most iconic circuits. It's always a great time to drive there and always a very interesting circuit to watch. Obviously some very famous corners. So I'm really looking forward to the racing action getting underway in a couple of weeks in Belgium.
I can totally understand that. Toby. All right. No question for Toby. A
Not
question for someone else. Let's see it. Oh, it's Niels Naujoks. Hey, Niels.
Hey, how are you?
I'm really fine. We watched a lot of your racing over the stream. You were always sitting in a pack and fighting with like everyone. How does it feel?
I was fighting with myself mostly, I think. I got lucky that I could use some of the slipstream the faster guys gave me. I was always struggling between TC setting 4, which was way too much cutting, and then TC 5, which was too little. And I just couldn't find the confidence throughout the race to use less traction control, but there was certainly time left on the table.
Was there an internal battle between you and Danny?
No, he got lucky that he got spun around in race 1, so he finished last and then started first in the second race. So he was always far away from me. We weren't really battling, not even over distance, I think. I was just trying to stay with the guys who are professionals in this game, or at least stay in front of them.
I think it worked out to some kind. Some you had to let pass, some you could fight back. It was nice to see you in this grid, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Always good to have a fun race in between all the serious stuff. So yeah, glad if you have me again.
Yeah, sure. 100% sure. Thank you, Niels.
Have a good one.
So, that's it, I think. There's nothing more to show, even though I would like to share more time with you.
Well, it was certainly a fantastic race to watch, or pair of races, I should say, to watch. My first time being part of an esports sim race and seeing the action was really quite fun, so I'm looking forward to the rest of the championship.
Sure.
Yeah, as we're all looking forward to the 5th of October for the first race in Spa-Francorchamps. You already told us it's your favorite track, and to be honest, it's so beautiful there. If you ever have a chance to go there, please check out Spa-Francorchamps. It's awesome. So that was the first few. That was the first glimpse of our season coming up in October. We have 6 great races, and you find them on REMUS and also on RaceRoom YouTube. You can follow the races, and yeah, we have the big fight: Team Malmedy versus Team Shmee150. So yeah, this is gonna be a great season. So thank you very much to Thomas for entertaining us, and Shmee, thanks for coming by and enjoying first time with us. So I hope to see you again here on our little competition. Yeah.
Definitely, thank you.
Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good time, and see you on 5th of October, the first race of our new season, the REMUS GT3 Championship 2021, Team Malmedy versus Team Shmee150. Bye-bye.